Lindsay has a bad brain injury while James lost his leg on the causeway, yeah. On the causeway, yeah. On the causeway. Causeway is an Apple TV original in association with A24 Studios and comes to us from director Lila Neubauer. I hope I pronounced that right. This is her feature credit, and it comes to us courtesy of 3 writers. 3 people wrote this. 3 people wrote this. And this is all their feature credit. Really, no, I'm serious. 3 writers, 3 feature credits. So Elizabeth Sanders, Luke Goebel, and Otessa Moshfegh. So this stars Jennifer Lawrence and Brian Tyree Henry, who was recently in Bullet Train, Godzilla vs. Kong, and actually is a terrific actor. And I think Jennifer Lawrence actually gets a bad rap. I think Jennifer Lawrence was fine in The Hunger Games, and while something like House at the End of the Street, which was not good, and nobody could have saved that, you could have brought every good actor, great actor, legendary actor back from the dead, and it would have been really, really goddamn strange, and they couldn't have saved that. So nevertheless, if you slap A24 on the label or on the marquee, I will watch it. So I have a trial of Apple TV and decided to give this a look. Because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, alright, this looks character driven, it looks fine. And fortunately, it's only 92 or so minutes. I say fortunately because outside of the acting, the story, while it has a couple good ideas, it's basically a one-act play. It's basically a one-act play, watching characters come to grips with their past, learn how to interact, and associate with each other. And basically just, try to figure out how to get through life with certain traumatic things that have happened in their life. So Causeway has to do with a particular location in this. It's set in Louisiana. By Christ, can you tell? I actually joked about this. I said, wait, what part of New Orleans or Louisiana is this set in? And then I look up the location on IMDb and it says Louisiana. I said, God, I was kidding. But the trees and the architecture and everything kind of gave that away. So basically, Jennifer Lawrence's character, Lindsay, suffered a traumatic brain injury. She talks about that a little bit later. While deployed in Afghanistan, she's trying to adjust to civilian life, and she also wants to go back. So it's kind of like The Hurt Locker. I think The Hurt Locker was a movie that had the guy that really wanted to go back. And you have Jane Howdy Shell. She plays the caregiver that's just helping her adjust to life, and she actually has a really good role. Brief, but has a pretty good role. They kind of just move on from people really quickly. A lot of this movie is basically just Jennifer Lawrence coming to grips with the fact she's got a brain injury, she's got on medication, she's trying to struggle to basically not survive. She has a decent home life, but a strained relationship with her mother. And then when her truck breaks down, she meets James, played by Brian Tyree Henry. And he has his own past and everything. And they're friends. You can kind of tell they want to maybe be a little bit more. Maybe one wants more than the other. But they do develop a bond. This isn't like Halloween Ends, where the thing is automatically just like the weirdest and worst goddamn romance that has been in modern movie history. Seriously, that was so shit. But it's just characters talking and interacting, and there's blow-ups and there's strife and there's stuff like that, but eventually perhaps they do come together right now over me. Gross. The movie isn't necessarily great. It's not awful. It is character-driven, and outside of the performances, a lot of this movie is almost sleep-inducing. Now, I understand what they were trying to go for. I'm not knocking the director. I'm not knocking the writers. I hope that they get a chance to do bigger projects. And Jennifer Lawrence shows some good acting chops here, and Brian Tyree Henry is good as well. And there is Linda Amond, who plays Gloria. Gloria, she's always on the run now. Gloria, actually, she's drinking like Laura Branigan, but nevertheless, at least how Laura Branigan used to drink. Boy, that's so mean. And from there, we just basically have a movie that's character-driven, and that's it. That's really about it with it. You get some good dialogue, maybe, and some basic dialogue, and a movie that really could have just been a short. In all honesty, there were a lot of stretched out sequences that they could have cut. This movie could have easily been 80 minutes, and you probably wouldn't have missed shit. And there's some good cinematography. It's just a basic movie with a few, good performances, and that's really about it. So I'm going to get into spoilers. It's on Apple TV if you have a chance to check it out. It's not awful, but it's not the best that I've seen this year. So 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. Okay, so Lindsay wants to get back on deployment, despite all evidence that she shouldn't. Her mother doesn't understand. James doesn't understand, but James has his own past because James lost his leg in an accident where it turns out he was drinking and his nephew passed away because he let his nephew ride in the front seat. To be fair, though, since he was drinking, even if he was in the back seat, he probably wouldn't have been saved even in the car seat. And that guilt eats away at him. There's a bit of a tease of a romance, even though she implied that she was gay. But maybe she's bi. They never really explore that. Or maybe they did and I just zoned out during a couple parts of this. But they finally have a blow up. But then they come together. She had talked to him just before this blow up about he had mentioned living in the family home, wanting her to move in. Hey, it'd be nice to have somebody around. It'd be nice to have somebody, to help have meals with, drink, smoke in the evening, hang out with, and everything. It'd just be nice to have a friend. And also, she has a brother that was a drug addict and a drug dealer and everything, and kind of ended up in prison. And it also turns out that he's deaf. Whether he became deaf because of the drugs or he was always deaf, no goddamn idea. And also a strained relationship with the mother and everything. It's not awful, and you feel for Lindsay, Jennifer Lawrence's character, when she's trying to get back on deployment because it's all she knows. She wants to escape this life that she really didn't want to be associated with. It's not that she hates the people there, but she wanted to go on to do something else other than live in Louisiana. The movie just ends up being overall okay. There's a decent cast to it. I give it a C+. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't really accomplish anything. It's not terrible, but it is what it is. So C+. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Recklin. I'll see you soon.